Like I say, man, we back in the lab. And of course, as usual, y'all know I try to bring somebody from the city, somebody who I've been watching, man, somebody who I feel like is knowledgeable, somebody who I feel like gonna help us through the way, help us maneuver through this trendy ass fashion world, man. So like I say, as usual, real knowledgeable guest, man. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
My name Timmy F, the one that did it best. I also go by Tim Farrell.
Say Tim Farrell.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell them where they can find you at.
So you can find me on TikTok at Timmy underscore F25. And then you can find me on Instagram at Timmy underscore F25. And you can find me on Facebook as Tim Farrell, TimFarrell.
Thanks. So, tell them the name of the brand.
So the name of my brand is called Swindle Brute. And it means to use a little finesse to get through any obstacle in an aggressive manner. And like growing up in Chicago, and from my time I lived in Kalamazoo, it's like I was forced to do that even when I didn't want to.
Okay, facts. So how long you had it?
Since 2017, so that's about like 6, 7 years down there.
So 6, 7 years. So quick question: over the 6, 7 years, would you, through everything you've been through, would you advise somebody to go into entrepreneurship with starting a brand?
Um,
Like if they do it the right way, would that be? Because I know a lot of people talk bad about like being an entrepreneur and starting your own business, and what I'm talking about, like everybody think they could do it, but woo wah bam. But through the obstacles that you've been through, do you feel like a brand or any type of entrepreneurship is worth pursuing?
I say I say yes, but only if you love it.
Okay.
Only if you love it.
Facts.
Cause if you don't love it, you focus on the money, and then you'll be fueled by the wrong thing. And then say you'll be driven by the wrong thing.
Hmm.
So you gotta love it first. Cause it's like I wouldn't do this if I didn't love it. Like for an example, I was talking to this guy at my job. His name Paul, and we was talking about like transitioning me, like job transitions and
Hmm.
decisions for me personally. And it was like, all right, I could have been a recruiter at a school, or
Hmm.
like I could continue working at the makerspace where I'm working right now,
Right.
which is only like 15 hours a week. But the pay is fair, but it's not as much as I probably would have been making as a recruiter. However, it's just like I love that. I love what I do. Like I
Right
show
now.
guys how to do what I know how to do at the
Hmm.
makerspace. As to where as a recruiter, I would have hated that job. I know
Okay.
I would have. I wouldn't have let it. But
You
it's just
say you
like
feel like you're leaving a mark with that.
yeah, and it's just like I'm doing. I prefer it despite the pay cut. It's
Hmm.
like I prefer it because I love it.
Hmm.
It's like I'm passionate about the work I do.
So passion. So you telling them if you're gonna be an entrepreneur or take the entrepreneurship route, make sure you're passionate about what it is that you're doing and not in it for the money.
Absolutely.
Facts. Okay.
The money, like put the craft first,
Okay.
and then the money will follow.
Okay. Cool.
But if you focus on the money out the door, you're gonna get your heart broke sooner.
Then you think for sure. So when did you realize that you had the love for clothes? Like when did it hit you? Like this is what I want to do.
It was crazy because in 27, are you familiar with Virgil Abloh?
Yeah.
So in 2017, Virgil Abloh he had an internship that I had participated in
Mm.
through the likes of RSVP Gallery and Chicago Crib,
Okay.
and it was just something that was like put in front of me, and it was like, all right, I think I want to do this. So we did the internship, and I loved it, and that's why I created my brand. We was they had it was 15 guys. They put us in groups of 4,
Hmm.
and the people in my group, one guy named was Jacob and Rayvon and Devon. And like one of the guys was a scammer, and then
Mm.
the other guy he was just like a typical street nigga. So one dude was like swindle, 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 and then the other guy was like brute. I never even heard the word brute before,
Mm.
and I was like, "What about swindle and brute?" And it was like everybody looked at each other. We looked back at me, and I was like, "Yeah, come on, let's do it."
Mm.
And then from that, it was like a 6 week program. We did it. This guy named it was an artist. He actually a famous artist now. His name Louis de Guzman, and photographer's name Anthony Trevino, and the buyer of the store at the time at RSVP Gallery, his name was Lance Jackson, and they taught the class for us. So Trevino he taught us Photoshop,
Mm.
and I mean what else? Lewis he taught us Artist Illustrator,
Mm.
and then Lance he taught us a bunch of different stuff, just about like the difference in garments and like how what's it like to be a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the buyer of the store, that's the person who sorts out all the clothes and deal with the contracts of the brands that they gonna have within the store and stuff like that. But that's where I birthed my brand, and that's where I began to love it right there. Like I would see the process, like how we was sourcing, getting the clothes made, and like where we would get the shirts from, and different stuff like that. And just like I like this, and I feel like I could do it.
So you would say it was more of an interest that you end up like falling in love with?
Mm-hmm.
Cause when I say like fell in love, like when did you decide? Like I'm thinking like before then, like so what made you even sign up for the internship? Was fashion just something like you were just, or y'all was just like, or
Man,
like what? Like how did you even? Cause you don't just come across nigga fucking Virgil. And you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about internship. So it's
yeah,
like that you had to be in some type of
it's
fashion or around some
I
type
would
of.
say like this, like bro, they was offer. It was like a violence prevention program. Chicago
Okay.
created a violence prevention
Okay,
program,
cool.
so they trying to get people off the streets and into jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we was into this thing to where we had job training, and then after that we had transitional jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them was like forest preserve, the
Mm-hmm.
other one was deconstruction, and then the other one was fashion design. It's just like shit. Hey, if I could get in this fashion design internship, I would much rather do that than do some damn grass cutting and cutting down trees and
Hey.
and tearing down cribs. You feel me?
Hey.
So it's like in a way, I ain't gonna lie, I chose the easy route. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I don't regret it because it taught me a lot. And then after the 6 weeks was up, I still had to do deconstruction anyway. So it's just like I got the best of both worlds.
Facts. So after y'all decided like, okay, Swindle Brooks, we gonna do this. How did y'all come up with like the logo, or was it just like?
Bro, it was a constant battle, bro. It was a constant battle because at first we originally had the idea of Swindle and Brute being two characters.
Okay.
So now we stress and struggling trying to figure out what the character's gonna look like or what they gonna mean to people. You know what I'm saying? Or what we wanted it to mean to people. So it was a constant battle. But we had this idea to do this floral print shirt, like a full print floral design, and we were so stuck on that. But the developers, like with the budget and all of that, we wouldn't have been able to manufacture it to the way that we would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of settled on this design. Louis the Guzman, he actually put it together real quick. He put an SB in the middle of this flower, and that shit was just so raw, bro. So we did that. We did like a Swindle and Brute Visa kind of design, like the Visa card.
Yeah.
And it was a few other ones that I forgot though, cause it's been so long since then. But yeah, so we finally decided on a few, and those were the two that I remember.
Okay, so y'all got y'all logo together. And like I said, you say y'all was through the internship through Virgil. So talk to us about like sourcing like clothes. So did y'all source y'all clothes?
So with that, they kind of did that part for us because, like I said, it's all about what was budgeted within the program, right? So they did that part for us, but what we did source was like we had in-house printing. So our internship was held at Lacuna Lofts.
Yeah.
It got a bunch of different.
Yeah, I know Lacuna. Yeah.
Like we used to see Ryan from Black Ink pulling up all the
Everybody
time
used
in
to
that
be in
damn
there.
10
Yeah.
top 8 Jeep he had. But so also within that building, there was this organization called Limitless Creatives, and they were in charge of printing all the shirts for like when the Jordan store was downtown. It's like a Foot Locker now.
Yeah.
When the Jordan store was downtown, they had ran that, and they had these things that I've never seen, but I never even known exist. It was called a DTG printer. So we watched them put the shirt in the printer, and it would print directly to the garment, you know. And they had like 7 of the machines, and then they took us to the Jordan store one time where they did the prints up there too. It was this guy named Gio that I remember he had ran the space, and Gio he had told me like I built a lot of relationships like within that internship.
Right.
So like they had people stop by like who was it? It was this Rocky Fresh. He stopped by the class. Don C. He stopped by the class. This guy named Matt Marzel. He stopped by the class, and it's crazy. I kept connected with mostly all of them, like Rocky Fresh. He still follow me on Instagram. Matt still follow me on Instagram. Matt Mars, where he got his production called Multi Mars,
Mm.
and he do photos for Gucci Man. Like he Gucci Man, like main photographer. Now, bro. So it's like so crazy to see everybody.
So that was a lit ass internship, huh?
It was busting, bro.
Yeah,
For
through
sure,
Virgil
for
sure.
For sure.
Facts.
And we got to meet Virgil at the end. He signed our certificate of completion.
Oh
and,
yeah, that's dope.
Don C, I ain't even know who Don C was, bro. He was waiting in line with us to go into the class. He had this champion hoodie and he had curly hair. It was a yellow champion hoodie and curly hair. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, who is this fresh ass Indian nigga? And unbeknownst to me is Kanye West's best friend, Don C. And it's just like, damn. So he still remember me to this day, bro. Like he was watching us design all of the stuff and shit. And then I had brung something to him. I had some shirts that I had finally manufactured and made up on my own and stuff. And then he was like, damn, this is crazy. I remember when y'all was designing these. Just for him to see it was like such a full circle.
Yeah, facts.
Like
dope feeling.
Yeah, for sure. Because like him and Virgil, they did RSVP Gallery together.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like he had as much involvement with that program as Virgil did. Yeah, for sure.
So remember, you dope as hell. So like you say, when you finally start manufacturing your own, like after you got out the program, you finally start manufacturing your own. Like I say, I know I be seeing you, like you be doing like rhinestones and shit. Like you got.
I'll probably never do that again. That was crazy though.
Yeah, you get a skull head, big ass skull head. So walk me through that process. Like,
so bro, that shit was supposed to be way easier than that. No cap, but I'll start from the beginning though, cause like sourcing everything for like on my own, cause like as the program ended, so did the brand for all of the guys. So like I bought them out of it basically. I was like I wanted them to be a part of it, and I was trying to have them to be a part of it, but it's like they didn't love it as much as I loved it. No shade to them, because it's like if we could do it the way we had it in the program, I'm sure we all would do it, but it's like everybody got their own.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? But and it wasn't working fast enough. Like Rayvon, he wanted parts of it, but it wasn't really working as fast enough. It was more so investing around that time. And like I remember calling so many different print shops around Chicago trying to get price comparisons. I was in my office calling them all day. Like I used to work at this law firm for 5 years, and I was in my office calling them all day on my downtime. And then everybody had this high ass screen fee, which was like $35 just to burn the screen, plus whatever they're gonna charge you per shirt, plus whatever they're gonna charge you per color. So it's just like damn. And then I was like, you know what? I used to live in Kalamazoo for a few years. So I had called some people around in Kalamazoo, and I got a better price on the screen fee. It was like $20 or $25, shit like that. And it's just like, all right, bet. So I started my first like official production in Kalamazoo, and I had printed my first few batches of shirts. And what I would do is like, I know I got like some sort of clout in Kalamazoo. Like they love me out there. I got a big, I wouldn't even say clout. I got a big support system out there. And it's just like, so what I would do is I would take pictures of the stuff. And then I would tell the people in Kalamazoo, like, I'm there, you feel me? Or I find, like, some models. Well, not even models, but people who I know popular out there. And then I had them take pictures of it. And they were like, yeah, I got this. And ooh. And then I'll be running around. And at the time, I didn't even know how to drive. So I got somebody, like, driving me around to the location. And people talking like, yeah, I want to buy this shirt. I want to buy that shirt. Ooh. But fast forward to the rhinestone, like, the rhinestone thing, that was something I wanted to do for years now. And it's like you cut. So first you got to get your design transformed from like your regular design to like a rhinestone cutout template. So I had sourced it on Fiverr. So Fiverr, that's a decent that's a decent platform that got graphic designers of all sorts, bro. Like literally anything you could think of. Whether you need some shit digitized, you want to do embroidery, whether you need some shit vectorized, if you got just a drawing and you trying to make it digital, or anything. So I went on there, paid this guy from Pakistan like $5, and he had transformed my design into the rhinestone template. So I put that into the vinyl cutter. So first you gotta buy this like velvety suede. It's called flock. You gotta buy this sticky flock vinyl for the cutter. So you put that on there, and then it cut out all the holes, And then you literally supposed to be able to just brush the rhinestones in there, bro. So I brushed most of them in there. That's what I ain't show. So I brushed most of them in there. Then the rest of them wasn't going. So I'm like, man, fuck it. So I grabbed tweezers and that's what you see me doing. I was putting the bitches in there one by one. When I was, bro, that shit literally took like 3 hours. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm glad we had downtime that day at work. So I ain't really have to tend to nobody, and I could just focus on that. But that shit was such long process. But it was really tedious, and I probably wouldn't do it again. I know another resource that I could just buy the things already pre-made. You feel me? So I'm gonna stick to that. It's called csttown.com, but they do like pre-made rhinestone templates.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. I tested it. I tried it. I got the experience, and
say nah. So was that a 1-on-1?
I'm making another one.
Okay.
But yeah, for now that's a 1-on-1 for sure.
That's yours. You got somebody bought that. That was
no, that's gonna be mine. And then so look, this is the thing about entrepreneurship, right? It be passion projects that you will work on. This is shit that people won't tell you, but it be passion projects that you won't. I mean, that you will work on, right? That you love, but nobody else will like it like you. So you won't even get no sales or no buys on that shit. You understand? And it's like not with that particular thing because I haven't promoted it or marketed it at all yet. But I've had that happen with something else that I did with Rhinestone. But I think it was just that logo in particular, people didn't really take to the logo. But it was like, bro, I had so much faith in this shit. And I was just so passionate about this shit. And I did it. Bro, I sat on that shit for so long, bro.
Yeah, that shit was dope as hell. I was definitely looking at it. I said, this man going crazy because I'm used to seeing when people do the rhinestones, it's normally just like the prints and they either heat press them or whatever the case may be, straight to it. I'm like, oh yeah, he getting busy.
Yeah, for sure.
That motherfucker made with love, facts. So, even with you being like in the entrepreneur, I mean with the internship with Virgil and everything, like, and then having like, I want to say basically like a step ahead because like for those who's listened to season 1, we had actually season 2 this season. It's not season 1, episode 1, season 2. We got Stu on that, and she said she was in a Ralph Lauren internship, that she got through her pops. Shout out Diego Leaders. Shout out Diego to go. So like I say, the internships I know kind of give that extra boost that a lot of entrepreneurs in the fashion world might not have. So what type of challenges have you still faced with like having this entrepreneur, like this brand that even the internship couldn't stop or like prepare you for?
It's one that happened recently. I don't know if you've seen it, but like my house burned down December 2nd, and I lost everything. I lost just about everything. It's like that shit that nothing could prepare you for. Even insurance couldn't prepare you for shit like that. So it's just like that was a major obstacle that I'm still getting over. You know what I'm saying? Because like I lost my workspace. You feel me? And it's like I had to downsize, and I lost my workspace, and I lost most of my equipment. So it's just like there's so many obstacles that you will face, bro. It's like so that was my one, but it's just different shit. Like all right, so in the beginning, when I was barely making money for real off the clothes and shit, it's like I used to spend the money that people just use. Like I would spend the money that somebody just paid me for a piece before I would even ship the shit off. So now I ain't even got no money to ship they shit off with. You understand? And it's just like sometimes you run out of material. Sometimes you buy bad materials, like testing some shit out. Sometimes you go to the hoodie store and the hoodie got a hole in it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like you buy some shirts, you buy a bulk of shirts, and this shirt got a black stain on it that you can't really cover up. It's so many different obstacles. But as far as and that's just with designing clothes. But as far as like entrepreneurship, it's just like you gotta be able to fund your business. So
know where to put the money at.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of people, or not even that, just like more so having a source of income just to fund it, because it's like some people, they be so gung-ho on like, oh, I don't want to work for nobody, I don't want a job. But what they don't tell you is just like when you work for yourself, you're literally working for everyone else. You know what I'm saying? People are contracting you to do a job per day rather than you just answering to one leader of the job or whatever, or one boss. It's like you got so many different people that you gotta cater to on a daily basis, depending on what your business is. You know what I'm saying? And then like working for yourself is gonna be the hardest job that you ever have in your life, and that's what they won't tell you. You feel me?
Yeah. So then you say they try to make it look all good.
Yeah, they try to make it look all
Yeah.
glamorous and good, but they
Yeah.
don't tell you the shitty parts. Like I'm here to tell you about the shitty parts.
Facts. So like I say, Maka, damn, the house burned down. Shit, that's fucked up, bro. No, apologize for that shit. But
Nah,
just
for sure.
even with that, like, kind of like speak to him on like, even with shit like that going on in life, like, how do you still stay motivated to do clothes and do the shit that you love when it's like, damn, do I really want to try to re-get all this shit that I done just spent all this money on, or whatever it is that you might have lost in, that mishap? It's like, how do you stay motivated in situations like that to still like pursue your passion?
So it's like a 2-3 part question. So for one, I'll say, so the name of my brand is Swindle Brute, right? And the definition behind Swindle Brute is getting through any obstacle in an aggressive manner. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta power and push through whatever I go through.
Right.
Like that's not just the name of my brand or the meaning of my brand. Like that shit's a lifestyle. That's
Okay.
my life right there. You feel me? Like that's what defined me as a person. So it's like I stand by that and I live by that 10 toes. And also like one thing that kept me like I'm aware that I have a fair amount of support, right? On social media or whatever, and it's cool. And some people like they kind of like determine your support by like how many likes you get or how many followers you got. But it's just like I got a really, really solid support system that I wasn't even aware of at first. Like, cause yeah, people buy my clothes, people share my music or whatever. But it's just like, bro, when the fire happened, I got people donating me not only money, but people donating me like equipment. Like somebody I never even met or talked to outside of social media. Like they donated me a sewing machine the first day it happened. You know what I'm saying? My mentor donated me a new cricket cutter machine. You feel me? And it's just like the list goes on, bro. So it's just like that alone helped me keep going. Yeah. It's like the people want to see it. So
that's because they see the passion.
Yeah, this is now it's bigger than me. It's way bigger than me, and now it's not even about me no more. It's about what the people want for me.
And the people want that. They want you to push that. They
and
want
like,
you to keep that product out.
Absolutely, and they waiting to see it. Me come back, and they happy to see it. They proud to see me back working. You feel me? It's crazy, and then not only that, but it's like I'm not sure if you familiar with Arnie Duncan?
They used to come and have parking hoop with us all the time.
Yeah, so Arnie Duncan, he runs the program Chicago Crib. So I was in Chicago Crib back in 2017. I was in the second cohort. I was the first guy to get a permanent job out the program. And like I became the poster boy at Chicago Crib. So every time Arnie Duncan go around promoter, he'll be like, "Yeah, we got guys at law firms and we got like to promote their success." It's like I was the guy at the law firm. You feel me? So it's like I was who he was talking about. But when the fire happened, I was in between jobs. I got laid off for the law firm because they had just merged with a bigger company. But I was living off my brand, so I was cool. You know what I'm saying? And because I was able to build it to that point over the course of like 5-6 years or whatever. So I was fake decent. And then the fire happened and just like, bro, I don't got nothing. So I called Arnie. I'm like, my house just burned down and I'm in between looking for jobs. And it's like, I need something. And then he put me in tune with this guy named Paul. And I know Paul, he part of the program. And Paul, he put me in tune with this lady named LaQuay. And she runs the ENT, which is Employment Training Center. And also houses the Makerspace. And the Makerspace got literally everything that I was working with at my crib at the space. So it's like now I could work and I could do my stuff up there, and I got a job through them now. You feel me? Like I'm a vendor. I got a contract through them.
Right. A 2-for-1.
Exactly. It's like double. It's crazy. It's like a double whammy, but in the greatest way.
The greatest way.
In the greatest way.
So what what all do you do? Because I seen you offer like classes for like.
So with that, bro, it's. I'm glad it looked that way because it's like opening up some new shit for me, a new avenue. But it's really like, so when they come to employment training, it's different stuff that they learn, like soft skills, email etiquette, or we do stuff like mock interviews. But they also got the Makerspace. So I'm responsible for the apparel for the entire establishment. So like they got Chicago Crib, so I do most of the Chicago Crib stuff, and then they got this other girl there. Her name is Jamise, and she do a lot of it too. She was doing it before me, but what I can do is I actually know how to burn the screens to do screen printing. So I burn a lot of the screens for them, and then I help with a lot of projects. So I was really just assisting the a guy named Tony who run it,
Mm-hmm.
and Tony, he broke his reels recently, so they was like, all right, so Tim, you finna be running it, and it's gonna be you, it's gonna be me, Diego, and JC. So we all do it together. So we work collectively to help them like bring things to life. Like, and right now we was working on like Black History shirts. In the past, I didn't know that Tony was gonna be out for like 2 weeks, so I was just winging it. Like they literally didn't tell me until I got there. Like, yeah, Tony gonna be out, so you gonna be doing it. So I just thought of something quick for them to do. So I had made a little screen or something, and it had Cred on there, and I was just showing them like how to screen print on garments. You feel me? So that's what I've been working on with them as of lately. But like I'm in charge. Like I would say I'm the creatives operator. Of the whole,
Creative
like,
operator.
yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Like I said, I've been watching for a minute. You be doing a lot of dope ass shit. So speak to them on like some do's and don'ts from a brand owner's perspective for somebody that's thinking of like starting a brand right now.
Don't limit yourself. I would say don't limit yourself. The sky's the limit. And I say that because like a lot of people they come to me like on TikTok. I got a decent following on TikTok, and a handful of my videos went viral on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people they'll come to me with to manufacture their stuff. You know what I'm saying? And some things I simply just can't do because I just don't got the means to do it. But like I recommend them to somebody else. But I motivate them like don't scrap this design. Like if you want this for yourself, like see it all the way through. Don't let nobody tell you like I can't do it, but somebody else will be able to. So don't let nobody, shy you away from what you see as your vision. You get what I'm saying? And then also never put all your eggs in one basket. Don't automatically go to vendors because what they won't tell you, like vendors, they do good quality work. They do great quality work, and I won't take away from that. But what they won't tell you is it's coming from a different country, so it's probably gonna take 2 weeks. But that's a given. But not only that but you won't find many vendors who doesn't have a set MOQ. So that's the amount of like the quantity that you that you have to get in order for them to even take your order. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, the special number be like 50.
Yeah, I was just finna say it's 50 for sure. Right,
imagine you sell 16 of them, and now you left with the rest. You get what I'm saying? Now you left with about like 34 more, 34 more shirts that you just sitting on. Now you forced to put them on sale just to get rid of them.
Just to try to get your money back.
That's what they won't tell you. And like I done been through that. Like, and then I say one thing you should do is definitely live off the moment. Like live off momentum of, say you got a piece that's raw as hell and it went viral or some shit. Like, bro, milk it until you can't no more. Like milk it until it ain't no more left. And see that shit all the way through. And also know when to stop. Like know when to stop. Cause like it's some shit I had made like, I started with like 9 varsity jumpsuits. I think I did 9 or 12. And it sold out immediately. Like when I posted the picture, this is probably, I only made 1 at this point. When I posted the picture, that shit like sold out immediately. Like everybody already sending me their money. And then I go and buy 30 more. And then I go and buy 30 more. It was just like the way it's sold, bro. And then it's just like, bro, I was stuck on so many of them. And then it's like, I went from selling them to 150 to like selling them to 125. And they were still decent and moving and like at a consistent rate. And then I still had a lot. And I had to drop all the way down to like $75 for it. And it's just like, damn. So it really be a hit or miss. Like that's why I say know when to stop. Like you remember the movie American Gangster? Denzel Washington and Frank Lucas. It's like, you remember that he wanted 2,000 kilos of heroin, and he told the Asian man, like he was a real nigga, because it's like, okay, yeah, I can make all this money off this nigga, or I could just be real with him. He's like, this is a lot, and it's just like quitting while you ahead ain't the same as just quitting. That's what he told him, and I never forgot that. Like that's one thing that stood out to me from that movie. If anything, it's like quitting while you're ahead is not the same as quitting. Like you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Facts. So, marketing, like, how do you market?
I use TikTok and I use
TikTok,
and I post on my story. I post on my story as much as I can, and I use social media. Period. Social media. Period.
You do any like social media boosts, Facebook boosts, Instagram boosts,
I've
anything
done that.
like that?
I've done that for music. I haven't done it much for clothes. I've done it for clothes before though, and what I've noticed is it has helped me get followers, but not so many sales, but maybe like potential buyers. I'll say that.
Okay.
But as far as marketing, like I do my best to be heavy on the content, bro, because it's like with my logic with social media marketing is like just post, and if they see you doing it, they'll know that you do it, and then they might not buy today, but a month from now, when it's their birthday or special occasion for a loved one or them,
They're gonna remember.
They're gonna remember, and that's literally how my brand has. That's how it's been for my brand. Like it be people I don't even know that I didn't even know I got as friends on there, and then they hit me up like, "Yeah, bro, I've been watching your shit for like a year, and I've been always wanting to buy from you." And yeah. And that's exactly how it worked every time. And then TikTok too, like with TikTok, I wanted my brand to blow up off TikTok, but I end up blowing as like a entity or as a business on TikTok. Like people see me screen printing now. I got a video that got like 500,006 views on TikTok, 506,000 views on TikTok, and the people they ask me like, where do you get the screen from? Where do you get the screen? Like I make them, and now it's people from different states all around the country asking me to make screens
for
their brand. You feel me?
That's dope.
So like I gotta ship one out. I just shipped one out to Louisiana, and this was last year that video happened, but people still hitting me up because they remember the video. I shipped like 4 out to Mississippi. Another guy referred another guy to in Mississippi to me, so I got to ship another one out to Mississippi. A lot of people from like Michigan and like I say like Atlanta, and I think I had one. I feel like I had one in Texas, but I'm not sure. But it just be different cities and states all throughout the country, and it's just like damn. So it's like so much shit. Like so many things that happen on accident. It's like I wasn't looking for that to happen, but it happened just because I was doing what I love.
Right.
And that's what I feel like entrepreneurship is about. Like it doesn't happen when you expect it. It happens when you least expect it. Like, I posted that video, just posting what I love, doing what I was doing every day. Like I was trying to post a video a day. And it's like next thing you know, I get off work and I got like 10,000 views, and then it's growing every day, and it's like still growing to this.
So how did that feel? Like when you first, like you said, you got off work, you was like, man, what the fuck is all these notifications?
So look, that's the thing. I try not to chase it too much. I try not to chase it, so I don't have no notifications on for TikTok at all. So when I got on TikTok and I see like 99 plus notifications, I'm like, what the fuck? And I look on there, I'm like, damn, this bitch going up. And I'm gonna respond to every comment.
Man,
I'm gonna respond to every comment, bro. Like good or bad, it's like I'm gonna take it there. And not on no negative shit, but it's just like, bro, it's like, man, how could I put it? It was this guy, his name Bimmy. I forgot who relative. He Waka Flocka mom brother. He Waka Flocka mom brother. But Bimmy, he was saying something about like the 5%ers or whatever. But he was saying like how nobody sits that high but God. You feel me? And it's like that's how I feel, bro. Like I'm not no celebrity yet. It's just like nobody sits that high to where you can't respond to your supporters. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's just like that's why I took the time out, bro. And your notifications don't always show you who commented, so you gotta scroll in there yourself.
And look at them and watch them.
I'm telling you, I commented each what's the name one by one, even if it's just an emoji, bro. Like I'm
saying you got good customer service.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Say great customer service. Facts. So what's next? Could you tell us like what you got planned next for the brand?
So I want to do more photo shoots. and I want to learn something new this year. Like I've done my best to teach myself like one new thing per year since I kind of started the brand. That's why I'm able to do so many things. Like I got the vinyl down pat. That's what I started with, and I learned how to burn screen, and I learned how to screen print, which is like a 2-in-1 kind of thing. And then I recently taught myself how to embroider, and like I say, like in the past year, and then the rhinestone thing was gonna be my next thing, but it's just like I see how that works, and I ain't appreciate that process. So I'm gonna keep pushing, but I would say my next step is just continuing to teach, and inspire, and I want to do that as a person and as a brand.
Fact, that's dope. So, can we look forward to any like collaborations with the brand, or do you have any collabs?
So my boy Thriz the Mogul, he's a great designer. He actually watched me kind of build my brand, and I helped him with his brand as well. But me and him, we gonna do something for sure. I had spoke with Derek from Designer Junkie.
That's my boy.
Yeah, he's open to do a collab with me, and my boy Chemo. we gonna do something soon. I don't know when, but we gonna do something eventually. And that's all I could think of. Oh, and me and Zoe, we always
Yeah,
collab on
yeah.
like we collab on classes and stuff.
Okay.
We always
Shout out
collab on
Zoe.
classes. Yeah,
Season 1.
for
If y'all
sure.
haven't tuned in to season 1, Designer Zoe is officially on season 1 streaming live.
Absolutely.
Facts, facts. So, fashion. What is fashion to you? Like, how would you describe fashion?
I feel like fashion is freeness.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I mean by that is just like the open expression of artisticness. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And it's just like being open, being free, being one with yourself, being extremely confident in what you wearing and got on,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of creating your own personality through your look.
Facts. Facts. That's dope. That's dope. So, is there anything that you'd like to leave the audience with before you get up out of here? Any more
Um,
tips? Any more gems for them?
yeah,
Any
for
more
sure.
pointers?
So I would say, as far as like gyms, there's I'm trying to think. I'm gonna try to get him to leave it in the bio, but it's literally a list of different places in Chicago that you could buy blanks from. And
All right.
I got the list. I'm gonna text it to him, so
Yeah,
he
we're
gonna
gonna
leave
get
it
the
in the
list.
bio for y'all. It's a place. There's so many places that do a lot within Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the place I bought my embroidery machine. People don't know it's like an entire mini embroidery factory that sell every embroidery machine that you could think of right there on 103rd and Western. It's called Quilter's Trunk. It's a lady. It's a man and wife. They named Marvin and Mary. They sell DTF transfers right there on 62nd and Ashland. And ironically, next door is a T-shirt store, and it'll be on the list. So it's on 61st and Ashland. It's a place called Aviva Wholesale right there on
All gems.
47th maybe. I think it's 47th and something. But if you type in Aviva Wholesale on Google, it'll definitely pop up. What else? What else? What else? It's a T-shirt store right there on 51st and Western. It's another one on 47th and Ashland, right around the corner from Aviva Wholesale. Um, I haven't dealt with many print shops because I do a lot of my stuff in house.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a website that do. Oh man, there's so many different websites too, bro. It's this website called Sun Tees. They got whole denim fits, whole jogger fits, whole short and shirt sets for the summertime. Varsity sets, varsity
So,
jackets by
so
themselves, all
before we
kind
get
of
up out
stuff.
of here, not to cut you off,
Go ahead.
how do you feel about because I know a lot of brands and a lot of brand owners, like I said, a lot of Chicago brand owners be stuck on, like you say, the manufacturers, the overseas. And
Oh
how do you feel about those
man,
wholesale sites? Those sites with the
so
top and bottoms and the, like, you
those
feel like they
those
worthy?
those sites those sites can be good, but it's all about knowing. So like if you got an audience to where you know you could sell out 50 pieces of the same thing, go for it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like go for it, do it. Like Alibaba, there's another one. I think AliExpress. I'm not sure if they manufacture clothes, but I know Alibaba is a big one, and they do great work, bro. Like undeniably, like undoubtedly, they do great work. And if you got the audience to sell that, and if you got like the marketing skills to do that, like go for it. Only thing is like I've used it one time and I did it, but what I did it for, like this vendor, they let me pick my own amount.
Mm-hmm.
And I was comfortable with the number of 25.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 25. They shipped me 15 at first and then the other 10 at a different date. And I'm not sure why they had to do it like that, but that's how it happened. And then one actually ended up going to a different address. So like I'm sitting there arguing with them. They were great with communication, but I'm sitting there arguing with them like, man, I never received. They was like, look, this wasn't our fault. And I didn't have situations like this too as an entrepreneur brand on. Like they like, this wasn't our fault. We had the right address. That's why you was able to get the first batch that we sent you. It was like, so look, we can either give you a refund and it'll be like 200 some odd dollars, because total it was like 600 for, and these was like tech suits too, and they had my logo already on them, so I paid like 600 for that. But the return on investment was probably like an additional, like $1,000 or something like that. So it was like a really really fair investment. And then I had I already been selling the suits, and I've been seeing what them was doing. It was probably a little over another $2,000 actually, but I seen what them was doing, so I was like, I'm selling these suits for $100 a pop. Would it really make sense to make a fuss about these other 10 suits that I didn't get and get this little $200 when I could just wait another 2 weeks to actually get the 10? So they sent me another 10, and they sent me the 10 that I never received, and they actually end up sending me an extra one suit. So all right, I got them, and then whoever it got shipped to originally, they end up shipping it to me. So I end up with like 35 suits. Extra suits. And I sold every single one of them except for one, because I gave it away to somebody for their birthday. But it's a hit and miss. Like I don't tell people to stay away from it, but I think you gotta weigh your options. You gotta weigh your options and don't rush into anything. And also, one thing that I really hate, and I'm gonna just put this shit on blast, is like
put it on blast.
The people who gatekeep the manufacturers, I think that shit's so fool. Hey. But I won't shit on it completely, because like people make money off of it, and it's just like, all right, go for it. But it's just like, if I know something, like anybody that you come across that know me, they'll tell you like, I don't mind giving out any resource that I have, because it's like, what I eat don't make you shit, and vice versa. And also just like me like God already got a plan for me. So me helping you not gonna take away what God already got planned for me. So why not help some people get to where they trying to go along the way? You feel me? And that's how I think about it. That's why I'm against selling manufacturers and shit like that. Like I done sent dozens of people the same list I'm finna send you, and they got so many resources within Chicago and outside of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So just like
like I said, I appreciate that, because that's really the whole. One of like the main reason I started the podcast outside of like my own clothing brand was to like just give people like an insight and kind of help people like skip a lot of those bumps and a lot of those steps that I know a lot of people like y'all. Like I say, I'm still fresh. I'm just on my 3rd year with my brand, so you know I'm still making a lot of mistakes and still learning a lot of the ways. So not only does the podcast help me, it helps my audience too. So I be really thanking people that be coming and not gatekeeping and be like, okay, cool, I can tell you what manufacturer, I can tell you where you can go get this here, I can tell you where you can go get these shirts, or where you can get this printed at, shit like that. Because I know a lot of people are selling lists, and then it's crazy because they selling lists of vendors, and the list of vendors will be bullshit vendors. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll send you will pay for this list and not gonna make no money off this list because the vendors all bullshit, you know. So
yeah, for sure.
I definitely don't be with the gatekeeping though. So like I said, I really appreciate you for sliding through, bro. Dope convo, dope information and shit. So tell them one more time where they can find you at.
So you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at TIMMY.
Stressing that TikTok.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to get 10K. I got like 9. But yeah, TikTok and Instagram at TIMMY_F25. And you can find me on Facebook at TIMFARREL. Yeah.
Like I say, follow my mans on TikTok. He at 9K. We trying to get him to 10, you know. All my No Designer listeners, season 1 and season 2, man. Follow my boy Tim TikTok, you know. And like I say, man, that's a wrap. Season 2, No Designer Podcast. Your boy Real Duncan, your host, man. And we are out of the lab.